Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I agree. And that's one of the things I love about being married, even though sometimes it doesn't feel good. It's like you're forced to look at yourself and deal with yourself. And even though you're upset for whatever reason with your partner, a lot of the upsetness probably falls back to you allowing things to continue to happen for you to constantly be upset. And then sometimes it boils over because you're not communicating that it's a problem when all it takes is a conversation sometimes.
Or not that it's always a problem. Sometimes it's how it's affected me, or this is why it bothers me. It doesn't mean always that the other partner or spouse is the cause. But it's still it's your reality of it, right? Of the experience, or you know.
Yeah, but I kind of jumbled the couple things up. I'm talking about the times like where I have a conversation with a guy or whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, well, my wife is always asking me for this, that, and the third." But she's asking you for this, that, and the third often because you're most likely giving her the this, that, and the third, even though it bothers you that you're giving her the thing.
Right.
That's what I was more
And
so
you didn't
talking
share
about.
it, so
Exactly.
I'm just gonna
So
keep asking because
that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So if you're not communicating that whatever the ask is a problem, then the ask is going to continue to happen, and then you're going to continue to get frustrated because you're not saying anything.
yeah.
Hey, family. This is Che Willis coming back with another episode of Wealth is a Journey podcast. Guys, this is episode 148. 148 weeks of consistency, 148 weeks of getting it done. We outside, man. Wealth is a Journey is growing. It is moving and shaking, man. And I'm super excited because we got speaking engagements. We have more partnerships, and I'm just so grateful to God for what he has done for this podcast and for this audience. If you are a first-time listener, watcher, subscriber, thank you so much for joining us. On this podcast, we talk about faith, family, and finances, among other things. If you are a return listener, watcher, subscriber, thank you so much for joining us again. Hopefully, we are adding value to your lives on the way to the M's, because we are on 1000% on the way to the M's. And you may say, Che Willis, what are the M's? We are talking about millions in assets. How are we going to do it? I'm glad you asked. We're going to do it by reducing our expenses. And then we're going to take that pile of cash. We're going to march it out into the marketplace, and we are going to make us some money babies. That's how we're going to do it. So, guys, I hope you have been enjoying this marriage series. This is episode 4 of our marriage series. And I think it would be great to why not round it off with having my wife, my spouse, my lover, my friend on the podcast to tell everybody how great I am. You know what I'm saying? And so we have my wife, we have Tanerra Willis on the podcast. Let's go.
Thanks for having me.
Baby, thank you so. Hey, listen, get your energy up. Energy up, okay?
Oh, okay.
You was a
I'm
little
ready.
there you go. That's better. Thank you. Thank you. But now we got my wife on the podcast. Are you doing too much now? We got my wife on the podcast. Baby, if you wouldn't mind just introducing yourself, who you are, what you do, and then we're gonna get into it.
I am the Mrs. Tanerra Willis, Che's one and only most fabulous wife. I am a mother. I am an author. I am a small business owner. I'm a certified pediatric registered nurse, a Christian, and I love to help with people making connections, collaborating, and building community.
Let's go. Let's go. Babe, we've been married for 20 plus years. Clap it up for that, man.
That's right. Woo, 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 woo.
Man, the time has gone so fast. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot more ups than downs.
Amen.
My first question is marriage everything that you thought it would be?
Hmm. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. I don't think that, you know how they say people prepare for the wedding and not the marriage. So I don't know that I had fantasies or illusions of what marriage would look like.
Sure.
I had always thought about how my wedding would look like.
Yeah.
The only one thing I know I wanted from my marriage is to make sure that we enjoyed one another and you always wanted to come home.
That's good. That's good. So how do you think you're doing with that?
I mean, you're still coming home
That's right. That's a fact.
after
Coming home early
22
too.
plus years. Yeah, you're still coming home. You don't avoid me when you're here. So I hope that I'm doing well. So I think you should answer that. Do you still enjoy coming home?
I do. I do, man. There's a lot of nonsense and a lot of noise outside of the home, and I think any married or single person would agree with that. And so I enjoy coming home because of all the things that you do, and not
Like
just
what?
the
Like
stuff
what?
that you do. This is kids may see this, but
It's more to me than that.
no, no, no. See, if you let me finish, then you would have heard what I was gonna say.
Okay.
And then also the space to um be free to figure my stuff out, because we have a lot of, like, for me anyway, I know, and I know you as well. We have a lot of things swirling around in our heads as entrepreneurs, as podcaster, as um 9 to 5 employee, things of that nature. We have a lot of things swirling around in our heads, and then sometimes I can get in my head about what I need to do, and sometimes I just need the space, the quietness to figure it out.
Mhm.
And I think that's one thing that you allow me to do, and not, you don't do that, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Um so what we're talking about, like, the not the flowery things, and then all the niceties about being married.
Mm.
What is one of the challenges that you feel like we faced, that we were able to overcome, that we can share with the audience?
Maybe selfishness?
Okay.
I
Tell me more.
think when you come into a marriage, you come with your own ideas, your own wants, your own needs, your own ways of doing things. And I think if you can't get out of your own way or get out of that selfish mode, it can hurt and hinder a marriage. Because if you only want your needs to be met, you only want your demands to be met, the things you like to do, how you like to do it, when you like to do it, who you want to do it with, even down to like how you keep house, what guests you have in the house, what events you have. I think we all have our own point of view on how those things are supposed to go.
Mm,
And if you tantrum till you have it, if you manipulate, if you know what I mean, create a miserable household or environment until you have it, then it could affect the marriage in the long run, make each other start to resent each other, or make somebody feel like they're not being heard or seen, valued, respected, understood. So I feel like selfishness is a big one. You got to get out your own way.
that's good. Now, have you ever experienced, or did you experience, throughout our 20 years, selfishness on your end that you felt that you had to fix at all?
I'm sure that the correct answer is
You know what? I'm
yes,
a, I'm
but
a, I'm
thinking
gonna
of a
talk about me, and then
okay, I was gonna
let
say
me let
thinking
you
about a
let you
specific
because we were
situation.
just
Go ahead, give me a
like I
minute.
was just talking about I was just talking about this on a call earlier this morning, and it was today's today's Tuesday when we're filming this, and we have a Gratitude Tuesday. So what are we grateful for? And I was telling them that I was grateful to God
Mhm.
to continue to work in me, because when we first got married, super selfish, and I talked about that to the group, how selfish I was, and I'm grateful to God that He continued to work in me to remove the selfishness out, because you can't be selfish and help people at the same time, right? And I know that that's my life's mission, is to help people. So He had to kind of remove some things out of the way, and I think being married is one of the best ways to remove selfishness, whether you want to or not, because
Mhm.
it's not about you. If you're a man, uh you obviously have the responsibilities you have to take care of. and you can't necessarily be selfish and do those things at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm still a work in progress. Now, do I still get in my own way with, doing the things that I want to do? Absolutely. But the good news is that it's something that I'm actively working on, because like one of the things that Pastors Jerome and Sister Lisa and I talked about was things creeping in. Like you feel like you got one thing taken care of, and then sometimes the thing like rears its ugly head every once in a while to let you know, hey, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? And the selfishness obviously creeps back in. So do you have an example now, Miss?
I don't know. I was thinking about maybe I don't know why spoiled is coming to mind, but I don't think that I'm spoiled.
Okay. Tell
Because
me
I
more
was
about that, please.
one, because we were broke and poor. Like, how can you be spoiled and poor? Like, it is, to me, don't
Well,
equate.
your dad did have money. I mean,
Right.
go ahead, continue.
That's true, but it's layers to it or whatever.
Okay.
But I feel like I was spoiled with love and attention, probably more than anything. And I
Okay.
think that's why not having money at times kind of didn't matter, because I had so much nurturing and love and attention and family, all those good things. So I think that might be one of my things, and you can let me know, because I think a lot of times when I want to have events or have parties, I think about those are the times I might get the most emotional. Because
Sure.
if you don't want to have it, or if you don't want to have it to the magnitude that I want to have, it upsets me, disappoints me. I feel like I ain't being seen or heard, or I'm being stifled. So I think that might be a good example for me, because I like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you do.
And I don't
So
like to be watered down. And I think my way is right when it comes to those things, or the best way.
sure.
So I think that could be one of my examples.
So how do you, when you feel like I'm trying to stifle you, and we're being lighthearted here. When you feel like I'm trying to stifle you when you want to have something and I'm like, not right now, then how do you get over that?
Yeah. So when I think it's still, like you said, a work in progress in that area. I definitely think we're growing in that area on both ends, where you allow me to do a little. That sounds weird,
Just talk. It's okay.
but
It's
allow me to
okay.
do a little more sound crazy.
Yeah.
But you're more flexible with my extraness, or the amount of events I want to have, the amount of people I want to have over. So what was your question again? How I work through it?
Yeah, how do you work through it? Because I'm sure there's married
Yeah.
people who are watching this
Oh,
who
okay.
are
So that's good.
continuing to
So
get in
for
their own way.
me,
Yeah.
um, I always say I don't mind submitting to you as the leader of our household, but I won't be controlled, so long as I don't feel like I'm being controlled. And I'm okay with no, because I know I can't always have my way, so long as it's not, consistent or frequent. I think I talk my way through. I start to think about all the yeses I did get, or
Mhm.
all the, opportunities or things I did get. So I try not to focus on the no's. I try to focus on the yeses, because they outweigh the no's.
Yeah.
So I talk myself instead of focus, because whatever you think of, it becomes a hyper focus, and you start to believe it.
Yeah.
I start to point out the goods, so I focus on the bads.
Nah, that's good. And that's one thing that we actually just talked about that not too long ago, about how just me being busy and doing a lot of different things and trying to pull back on the things, because what, like, if we're really being honest, like, you and Che are the priority. Like, y'all are the main thing, so to
Say it
speak.
again, Bill.
Y'all are the main thing.
Amen.
Come on,
Keep the
man.
main thing the main thing.
That's right. But the thing is, like, when you're trying to build something and you're trying to grow something for the main thing, you focus on the other thing, and it can become a problem,
Mhm.
because like we were talking about it the other day, where you're like, yeah, well, I want to have different things, and it's like I kind of draw back, because I feel like it's just another thing for me to do, when I'm home. I don't have to be and do all the different things that I'm doing outside of the home. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I can just kind of relax, or whatever the case may be. And when people come over, not saying that I don't want them to be here, it's just another thing for me to do, right? And that told me that I maybe need to pull back on some things, because again, you guys are the main thing, and you guys love having people over and things of that nature. And if I'm too tired, then I need to pull back on some things to make sure that the main thing is happy within reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that's good because that's another thing I always say to myself. I say to my friends, don't give the world 100% and then give your family a zero, or don't give the world your best and then give your family your least. So I think, for one, having that safe space to communicate that, because you could have said that and I could have got defensive or offended and said, well, you prioritizing that and not us. You giving them what they want and not us. I feel like for couples, it's important to be able to express your feelings and your thoughts, even if the other person doesn't agree or if it doesn't, benefit you. So I think what I would love from you, not that you asked,
Sure.
is to continue to communicate that, because I feel like that was a healthy conversation for us, and it'll help me keep into perspective those considerations, because now maybe I can consider your week or your month before I try to plan an event. But if you didn't say that, then I wouldn't hear you and consider that. And then you saying it aloud helps you to start to process what's my part in it, right? Because for that, your example, we both could play a part in that, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I agree. And that's one of the things I love about being married, even though sometimes it doesn't feel good. It's like you're forced to look at yourself and deal with yourself. And even though you're upset for whatever reason with your partner, a lot of the upsetness probably falls back to you allowing things to continue to happen for you to constantly be upset. And then sometimes it boils over because you're not communicating that it's a problem when all it takes is a conversation sometimes.
Or not, it is always a problem. Sometimes it's how it's affected me, or this is why it bothers me. It doesn't mean always that the other partner or spouse is the cause. But it's still it's your reality of it, right? Of the experience, or you know.
Yeah, but I kind of jumbled the couple things up. I'm talking about the times like where I have a conversation with a guy or whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, well, my wife is always asking me for this, that, and the third." But she's asking you for this, that, and the third often because you're most likely giving her the this, that, and the third, even though it bothers you that you're giving her the thing.
Right.
That's what I was more
And
so
you didn't
talking
share
about.
it, so
Exactly.
I'm just gonna
So
keep asking because
that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So if you're not communicating that whatever the ask is a problem, then the ask is going to continue to happen, and then you're going to continue to get frustrated because you're not saying anything.
yeah.
What's going on, family? My name is Che Willis, the medicine to your financial headache, and I help families living paycheck to paycheck live the life that they want to live through financial planning and wealth management. Did you know that the number one cause for divorce is money fights and money problems? If you are struggling financially with your spouse, you have come to the right place. We have an online course, we have a community, and we have one on one coaching that can help you live your best financial life and cut down on a lot of the money fights that you and your spouse are currently having. So if you are struggling, please make sure that you go to wealthisajourney.com to fix the issues that you guys are having currently surrounding money. A lot of us were never taught, and that's okay. But if you know that you need help, do not stay stuck. It's time to start living your best financial life with your spouse starting today. So go to wealthisajourney.com so we can start living your best financial life starting today. Let's go. So,
And I think diving into that a little further is, why does the person keep asking? So for me, when you say that, I think about women always asking for gifts or men to buy them that. I think instead of shutting that down is to kind of dive into, why are you doing that? Because some of us see that as an expression of love, attention, worthiness, value. Um, so I think sometimes you
yeah,
got to dive into that, because it maybe that conversation could give y'all the aha moment that this is how I express it, but this is how you receive it, or this is what I'm working on. I don't want you to feel undervalued or not loved or not appreciated, but I can't do both right now, or this is going to slow whatever project, initiative, or goal down because I keep buying you bags or I keep taking you on trips. So I just wanted to throw that in there because some women do see that as an expression of love and, value.
Yeah.
But if they want the bigger picture, financial
Good.
freedom, paid
That's
off
good. I'm glad.
mortgages.
I'm glad we're here.
All right, go ahead.
So, how do you deal with you wanting the money, right, and the things,
Mhm.
and then say me having to go out to get the money and the things for you to have, and then the time is not there? I'm
Mm,
sure that's that's going on in a lot of people's households.
right.
So
I
how do
want the
you
money that you're bringing in to get to the consumerism, but I also want
exactly?
the time.
So
So
how do you?
again, back to conversations and communication and
Yeah,
prioritize. What do you want most?
yeah,
What do you want most? And then also knowing that it's not going to always be, you can't have both, right? At the same time, not at the
yeah,
same level. Like maybe there's going to be time where you're going to work more, but then maybe there's going to be intentional time where you work less so we can get the quality time in. So it's like keeping the communication in and then constant rebalancing.
yeah.
Because maybe this is time I'm gonna sacrifice the time because I know we're working on a goal or we're trying to pay off this trip or we got big, graduations and weddings and anniversaries coming up. So I think it's a point where the woman needs to kind of pull back her attention needs or gift getting needs. And then
Mhm.
there's time where the man has to understand that, okay, money is one thing, but our quality time, sometimes you can't get that time back.
That's a fact, man. And we just there's a couple things that happened in the last like month. I had two family members pass away. Shout out to my cousin Mike and my aunt Pinky. Um and then we like soon as we went from my aunt's funeral, the next day we flew to Switzerland. And as I'm processing all of the things going on, because I'm not like sad boo-hooing and all that stuff, but I'm just processing everything that's going on. And it showed me that like, yo, time is shorter than you think, even though my aunt, she lived, I think she was 90 plus years old, but it just seemed like I was just living with her just a little bit ago. And, it just like time is rolling and we don't have a lot of time. And it made me enjoy the trip better
That's good.
because like I'm like, yo, like I can continue to focus on the goal and kind of be a little rigid it here and there and things of that nature, but I need to enjoy the things that I'm that got me here and working and things of that nature. So
Absolutely.
that was really an eye opener for to go to those funerals and then go right to the trip, and then it just put things in perspective for
Yeah,
me.
and I think being proactive, and I think we've talked about this on a previous podcast. I think I experienced that my first year in business, where I was so ambitious and excited, and chasing every opportunity and every dollar, and then close to the second year, I was feeling burnt out. And again, that's where that thought came from, where I'm like, okay, I'm giving the world the best, and then my home, I'm crashing out because I'm frustrated, I'm irritated, I'm tired. I don't want to talk. I don't want to engage. And I think you're not all the way at that point, but I think you're in that busyness phase, right? Where
Hmm.
everything's working well, like you did in your opening, the opportunities to speak in the gigs, the teaching, the connection. So I think it takes some forethought in not being not budging, where you say, okay, this is my protected time for my family, or the holidays are coming up, or summer's coming up, because now you don't want to come home and sit by the pool, or you don't want to. We used to do the PPPs, the pizza pool, and I forget what the other thing was. And then you don't want to cook on the grill again because you're tired. So I'm thinking, okay, we dealt with it in 2025, but in 2026, we don't want to have that same narrative, because that's something that's important to me. I know in marriages that things are always going to come up, right? You're going to always have challenges, but I don't want to have the same challenge over and over again.
Correct.
So
Correct.
we
Yeah.
have the power to change that.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. And that's one thing that I learned going through this, because like all this stuff is new to me, right? Like seeing you go through it and then having to go through it myself is like two totally different things, because you're in it. and I just know how I feel or I felt going through it, and it didn't feel good. Like the money's coming in and the busyness is here, but then other things are slipping as a result of it. And you being not, I'm talking about me being able to recognize with your help and God's help as well, telling me the things that I need to pull back from, as opposed to um having things crash and burn, like you said, to then figure out that I need to change things. So this is good.
Yeah, because
Look
then
at
it gets
you.
emotional overwhelming because you're like, I
Yeah.
wanted all these things. I want the momentum. I want the business. I want the opportunity. Because then you come into emotional conflict
Yeah,
because you don't want to give up either. But you have to kind of, like I said, constantly rebalance and also kind of pregame, right?
for sure. And this brings me to my next question. Now that we're here, and this is I'm saying this, but I'm serious and I'm playing at the same time. We are at a very good financial situation at this point in time in our lives. But I often think sometimes, like when we were broke, life was good. It was cool to me. It was cool to me. We used to come, like I used to go to work. I come home. Nothing else going on. We would like late night, you would come home from working at the hospital, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna go to Wendy's and I'm gonna pick us up a dollar menus, this, that, and the third, of Frosty or whatever, and then we're gonna bring it back, we're gonna watch TV and we're gonna enjoy ourselves. We had not a care in the world. You have a different perspective on that. Please talk to me.
So I guess to the simpler times, as
Yes.
far as I do, because I miss my naps. I used to take a lot of naps. I don't take naps as often, nearly as often as I used to. And we did. We used to have more fun, I
Hmm.
would say, on a regular basis. We still have fun, but it's more planned than
Yeah.
just every day playing games, card games, what is it? Poker, things we used to do. We used to watch a lot of movies. Um, but I don't want to go back to Wendy's.
Yeah, I don't either. That's a fact.
So
Me
this
either.
woman is willing to sacrifice for you to do another gig, another teaching job, another speaking thing, so we can stay at what's the places we like to go, Eddie V's and Steak 48 and Ruth Chris and things like that. But just put some blocks on the counter, some hard stops.
I'm
That's
gonna continue to work on that. I'm still a work in progress, but
why
I
would
feel
what you
like
say work on it, do it.
no. Whoa. First of all, this is my podcast. Okay, you're not going to just like being a bull in the china shop. We're not doing that. Okay, I'm working on it, and I recognize the things that need to be changed, and they're being changed, and that's that.
Okay, babe.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Um, one of the greatest joys, um, for me, being married and being a parent as well. Me and my boy, we have a our relationship is getting better. I'll say that.
Mhm.
And I say that because the when I was a kid, first of all, my shout out to my parents, Gerald and Barbara Mills. Um, they did everything for me that they knew how, and all those different things. They got me to the point where I was self-sustaining. I could make my own sandwich. I can go to the bathroom on my own. I could go down the street to my friend's house, and every life was good, right? But I was doing those things with my son. Like I'm again trying to build the business and trying to make sure that you're happy at the same time. When I see him on his game, chilling, enjoying his life, I'm like, okay, cool. He's good. I'm good. I'm gonna go continue to work some more. But if we're being honest, our relationship wasn't where I felt like it needed to be. And there were some things that I needed to work on. Um, so what I did was I incorporated. He wanted to play soccer, and he was on the JV soccer team. He got an award. Shout out to my guy, man. He got the Hawk Award. And I was just super excited for him. But I'm saying all that to say that once I knew what he wanted, I also then incorporated us spending quality time together. We're working out in the first thing in the morning because it's doing two things. It's allowing us to spend time together. It's showing him that if he wants something, he's going to have to work for it, no matter how he feels. And then also it's building our relationship. So that's one thing that I enjoy, because now I feel like in the short period of time that we've been doing this, like he's been coming to me, just talking to me about random little things, when before he say, "Hey dad," we give each other a hug, and then we be off in our corners or whatever.
Yeah.
So so anyway, I was saying all that to say that that's one of my greatest joys about being a parent, and just learning more about yourself and what you need to fix, and things are always constantly evolving and changing, man. So what's one of your greatest joys about being a parent to my son?
I'll let you say my son. I usually say my son, so I'll let you say my son.
Yeah.
Um, just seeing the fruits of my labor. Like you said, my boy just won a Hawk Award, and just hearing before we knew it was him that was the recipient, the coach was outlining all of these attributes and characteristics of this young man, and he shouted out the parents, and he spoke directly to the young man without saying the name, and encouraged them to keep that going in the future, in college and work and in the community. And then when they said Shay's name, I started to cry, because those are the things that are important to me, for him not to be entitled, for him not to be disrespectful, and for him not to be selfish. Being an only child, I think those three things are very easily for him to fall into.
Sure.
But I think so. I try to always incorporate experiences. Like, it's important for him to volunteer. It's important for him to serve. It's important for him to share. It's important to think about other people. So for him to get that award, that was one of my things. Like, okay, he's hearing, he's listening, and he's also displaying those characteristics. Because I don't want an entitled little butthole of a kid that's just I mean, let's keep it real. That would be one of my greatest disappointments, that all of these intentional parenting skills that we're displaying to him, if he doesn't absorb them, and he just sucks as a person.
Yeah. No, that's real. And that was one of the things I felt as well. Like when they called his name and they were saying all the nice things, I'm like, yo, that's dope, man. Like whose kid is that?
So real quick, did you think it was him?
No.
Yeah, me either.
No, but I know
he said
like,
he knew it was him,
all,
so he got a little bit of confidence in him.
Yeah,
too.
I had no idea, but I do know that he's a great kid. Like he's respectful, and people tell us that. Like we were just in Switzerland, and the people said that about him, like how respectful he is and how well mannered he was. But to hear all those nice things, and they would, again, like you said, they were talking about the parents and how you should be, super excited for him about the person he's becoming, and all the different things. And they said his name. I'm like, yo, I thought that the first thing that came to my mind is he's listening.
Yeah.
Because that's like when you're 14 years old, and then your parent says something to you, it kind of goes in one ear and out the other sometimes. And as a parent, you don't know if they're listening until you hear other people talking about your kid. And to hear those nice words and things of that nature coming up, it just let me know, hey, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep doing.
Why did you cry though when they said it?
I'm a man, yo.
He wasn't as emotionally struck as I was.
Nah. I was. Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you though. Like as far as being emotional, I think we had talked about it earlier today. I took my son and his cousins. We went to New York, and my goal was to take them to the stock market, because we have the stock classes, and we talk about all things finance once a month, and then they get to invest money at the end of the month as well. And to just take them to the stock market and then just show them, hey, yo, this is where the magic happens. It's like, this is where it's at. And I just thought about being intentional, like the intentionality, because one of the things we talked about in our conversation earlier was that I'm an investor by accident, meaning that I saw my dad investing. He never told me about the investment. He just showed me the money in his hand, where he got it from. These people pay me to live here. And I said, that's it. That's what I want to do. So I'm thinking to myself, like, if I intentionally show him how to do the thing, then he'll be way further ahead than I was having to figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
And to have that time with them, and we laughed and we, joked on each other and all the different things, and that made me emotional because like people call me, I post on social media, and then I have people call me, text me like, yo man, I see what you're doing, good job.
Yeah.
That coupled with the Hawk Award thing, bruh, I was like, man, I almost lost it. I did because again, you're not doing it for people to tell you good job. That's not
Right.
why you're being a good parent.
But it's like kind of like you could breathe or exhale, like it's
Correct.
really working or it's really meaningful. So I get it.
Correct. Yeah. So that was like that made me emotional earlier. Like I was like it was like right there, and I had to fight it back. Get back
But
there.
why though? Why
Because I don't need to be
men
crying.
cry in
About to
public?
listen. I had work to do. I had customers to go see,
I think men
and
should cry more in public.
it don't make no sense me walking in there with red eyes. Like, come on, man, pull
But can
yourself
we
together, fam.
normalize men crying in public?
Oh, no doubt. Listen, I say go ahead and cry if that's you.
But what about it being you?
It wasn't appropriate where I was going for me to be coming in there crying and snot. It wasn't appropriate.
Not you gonna not cry.
But I'm
ugly
acknowledging the fact that I got emotional. I didn't
cry.
I could have kept that to myself.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Nobody
baby.
knew except.
I'm grateful that you expressed yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Is there anything about being a parent or because I know that one of the things that we talk about is giving our kid experiences that we never had because our parents didn't have the resources or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
We had everything we needed to take us to where we are today.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you would like to do more of as a parent, whether that be time, whether that be experiences, anything like that?
Yeah. So for me, what I've been thinking about lately is pulling back more.
What
I
do
do
you mean?
like I feel like I'm a helicopter mom and I can micromanage his life a lot.
Okay.
So for me, like I said, I think it's intentional parenting, but I think again, leaving space for him to figure some things out on his own, playing some things out on his own, fail on his own. So I think just pulling back some more, even in little things, it doesn't even have to be like a big thing. I don't think I'll ever be that mom that'll let him hit rock bottom. But definitely let him tumble and stumble a little bit more, so he can be more confident in his conflict resolution and critical thinking and self-awareness and making good judgments and decisions. So I think I need to allow more of that. Still trying to figure out what that looks like within my comfort zone, but thinking about him as a young man. So I want him to be a self-sufficient young man and not need his mom, not need his dad, or always be a support. But I want him to kind of be good, kind of navigating life on his own.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. Like I think stumbling builds character. Bad times, even though it sucks when you're going through the bad times, I experience it pretty often. Like just going through things, whether it be at work, whether it be, if we're going through something or, in the business or whatever the case may be, or just in my head.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that builds character because it allows you to figure it out.
And
And those are the
yeah.
people who are successful in life, just overall, not just money. Overall, the people who are able to figure it out, like you figured it out, like you had the resources that you had, I had the resources that I had. We came together, we figured it out, and we're still figuring it out.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's one thing about like me being his dad. I understand what you're saying when you say the things to him that you say. But then sometimes I'm like, okay, well, he's going to have to figure it out, and he's going to have to, again, within reason. We don't want to want him to hit rock bottom, but he's going to need to stumble and fall, and we're going to need to take things away from him and do all those things, even though I hate it, because I don't want to take stuff away. I tell him that all the time, like, yo, fam, like, just do the right thing. I don't want to take stuff from you.
Yeah.
Just do what you're supposed to do.
I said that to him today. He told me have another child because he don't need no life lessons. He don't want no life lessons.
Dude, that's good. See that? See, if I said that to my mom, boom, she would have popped me. That's
said, what? I'm already a good child. I don't need no life lessons. Have another child. He said, teach it to somebody else.
That's wild. Nah, he's a good kid, man. I'm I'm happy that we've been blessed to direct him the right way, and we have our own different parenting styles.
Mhm.
Um, and I think it's the right mix.
Yeah. But so that's one of the things I wanted to kind of talk about,
Come on,
solidarity in parenting.
come on, talk to me
Because I feel like we both add value as individuals,
for
but I
sure.
think there's times where you got to come together and exercise solidarity and support. So if I say, Che, you need to do A, B, and C, I want dad to double down. But you think if you already said it, I don't have to say it. But I want him to see
See,
that
now
we
you
are
now you
both on
inviting
the
people.
same page and the expectation is coming from
That's
both
good.
parents, and it's not a good parent, good cop, bad cop.
That's true. No, you're good. You are absolutely right. What I will say to that is we had this conversation the other day,
Who we? I
and
don't
I want to tell
remember
you,
having this
no, no,
conversation.
no, no. I'm gonna tell you exactly what we're talking about. So we you said, hey, I talked to him about doing XYZ thing. He was in the office, and what I do?
Um,
Boom! I kicked the door in.
exactly,
No,
joking. Like it's not a game.
me?
Because then
No.
you're the fun
He,
parent, and then
he
I'm the bad parent, good cop, bad cop.
he knew I was serious.
No, he did
Boy,
not.
what you do? Because he looked shocked. He looked like, Dad, what are you doing in here like this? You don't even talk to me like this. I said, Yo, man, what did your mom tell you?
Y'all see how he doing
And
it,
see,
right?
and he straightened up and he did the right thing. Anyway,
So usually the men are the disciplinarians.
I am.
I
I'm a
think
disciplinarian. I
y'all heard
am.
him say that their relationship is good, right? Because that's they buddies right now. And I think with age, it makes sense that you
Yeah.
guys have a closeness and are bonding. I think it makes perfect sense. But then there's times to not be playing no games.
No, you know what? All jokes aside, you're absolutely right. And that's it. You're right.
I like it.
You're right, sis. Don't clock nothing on
Was
me.
that the right finger? That wasn't
I
the
don't
right
I don't
finger.
know. I just see people doing it. I have no idea. Anyway, um, so you talked about you having a business. You
Mhm.
are how many years in business? And tell us about the business.
Yeah, so I celebrated 5 years in business this year.
Let's go.
February will actually no June, excuse me. February will be 6 years as an author. June will be 6 years as a small business owner. So I have a business called Amazing Family Enterprises is the legal business name, but I do business under the Amazing Corner, and I'm an online bookstore and mobile book fair where I bring diverse books to the families, students, and organizations who need it most.
Mhm.
So just making sure literacy is supported, accessible, and also utilized to improve social emotional learning, support grief, support our faith, and just making healthy humans.
Yeah, no, that's good. And one thing that you do that I believe is dope. And I remember when you came to me with the idea, and I'm like, yo, this is fire. Like you have a catalog,
Mhm.
something similar to the Scholastic book. When people used to come to the thing and they used to give you to say, hey, take this to your parents, fill out however many books you want, and then bring it back to me with the money.
Yeah,
You have the same thing, but I believe it's better because the
so do I.
pages are nice and they're thick and they look like they look rich.
Thank you.
And I think is dope that you're doing it. And entrepreneurship sucks, man. I'm just be honest with you. Like
It's
it's
definitely a roller
oh yeah,
coaster.
it is. It is because it's you come up with a dope idea in your mind. This is a dope idea, and other people may think it's dope. And you come out with the thing and you think that your phone's going to be ringing off the hook, and not your phone maybe might ring once or not at all. So how do you fight through that 5 years in, and you want to be somewhere in your mind, and but you're not there yet? How do you continue to go?
I think keep focusing on my why and also a greater purpose. Like I mentioned before, community is a big part of what I do. I always share that I feel like it was so many people who made Tanerra the Tanerra she is today.
Mhm.
Some of it again was intentional, some of it was just proximity. So it was family, it was friends, it was community, it was teachers, it was life experiences. So I just try to be a gap filler for some people, even if I don't know you. Because I always say nobody could do everything, but everybody could do something. So the Amazing Corner is my something where I
Mhm.
use my small business to give access to people, give support to people, represent the unheard, underserved, and also build community. So it's
Yeah.
doing that. So I think the community that I'm building sometimes is bigger than the bottom line. But as a business owner, I know that should not be. But I think as a Christian woman, it's very important, and I think that's what sustains me.
Yeah, no, I agree. Can you talk a little bit about literacy and confidence? And before you get there, um one of the things that killed my confidence as a kid was literacy.
Hmm.
Terrible. That's not necessarily because it was like it wasn't a thing for me to read as a kid. Like I'm out, I'm trying to be outside, I'm trying to have a good time, reading books. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
But it killed my confidence as an adult because like I carried that as a kid.
yeah.
So can you talk about how important it is for like getting over that and then helping parents understand how important literacy is from a confidence standpoint for your kids coming into adulthood?
Oh, I feel like I can give you a lot for that, but I'm going to try my best to summarize it. For one, being able to read and write and also process what you're reading is very important. And like you said, being able to read aloud, be able to read fluently builds confidence. It helps cement your knowledge and your mindset. And literacy is the gateway to success, I would say. If you can't read and write, you're not going to graduate school. You're not going to get jobs. You're not going to have careers. You're not going to understand contracts and loans and agreements and expectations. So I feel like literacy is one of our keys to coping effectively as adults. There is research that shows that illiterate kids or low literacy kids and adults have a direct pipeline to prison. Um,
Mm,
so because you wind up being aggressive and violent and a criminal because you can't get the job, you haven't finished school, so you resort to illegal things to kind of get by. So but then when you talk a little bit more about confidence, learning how to speak in rooms in front of people, rather it's your friends, because if you don't speak well in front of your friends, they're going to make fun of you. Speaking well in front of adults, they're not going to respect you or understand you. Speaking well at a job, you're not going to get promoted. So I think we underestimate early reading and early literacy, but then also inward confidence. Because if I have more knowledge, I have more information, I have more tools and resources from the things that I read, I'm going to project that confidence out in everything that I do. So I think it helps inwardly and outwardly, and it helps as a gateway to success.
you killed that. First of all, that was good. You murdered that. But no, it's absolutely true because I started reading books like consistently the last 3 years or so, I believe, or maybe more than that. And it has given me so much information on how to um help myself
Yeah.
and be and change myself to then change my situation. And it helped me to give information to my son or give
And I was
information
going
to
to say,
you
help
or
you help other
friends.
people. And you never know when they're going to need the knowledge that you read.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. So you are 1000% right. And I'm glad that I got out of my own way because I thought reading was stupid. And for all this time, and now that I'm doing it and I'm thinking about all the information that I could have missed out on as a result of me just thinking reading stupid. And so if you get them while they're young, then it'll make them more confident. Teenagers would then make them more confident adults. So if they want that job or they want to own that business or things of that nature, they can definitely do that. So you're doing a great thing out here, man.
Thank you, sir.
So how can people look into what you are providing and giving if they want to do a bulk order?
Yeah, I would encourage everybody to go to theamazingcorner.com. That is my website. It's a full operational website. I am licensed, certified, and insured. You can go on there and see what book options we have available, and also our bulk pricing. But if you're looking for something specific, you're looking for details, you can email me at contact@theamazingcorner.com. But yeah, we love to make sure we support organizations, nonprofits, initiatives.
I like it. I like it. Now, let's we rounding third base here. We about to wrap up soon. Um, Speaking of marriage, we've accomplished a lot in
That's
this
being
last
said.
20 years, man. This has been it's been wild. We're debt free. We're showing our kid how to handle money, friends as well, just being an example in our community. Um, how has that been for you, knowing where we came from? Like we used to butt heads about money. And now because we fought through, now we're able to tell our friends and hopefully free other people. So how's that been for you, Miss?
I think it's been good. I think like you often say, it was a slow journey in the beginning. Um I think it's been rewarding. I think it's been a fun ride where I feel like we're in that fun stage, but I'm still a little bit cautious. I want
Okay,
to make sure the safety net stays safe.
for
Um,
sure.
so I guess if I want to, I think it's been amazing. It's been fun. It feels rewarding because I know it wasn't a overnight
Mm-mm,
success.
at all.
I know God has so much more for us, to do for us and to do through us. I feel
Okay.
like there's so much more assigned to our lives. So I know we can't take it for granted and harbor it or hoard it, keep it all to ourselves. So I'm excited for what's next, but I'm also grateful for the now.
That's dope, man. Yeah. And so what are some things that you see in our future that you would like to accomplish to put it out there?
Personal or for others.
You go. You go.
Multiple more
Just
properties
yeah, give me
of
one or
both.
two personal and give me one or two
Okay. So
business.
more properties, more travel on a
Okay.
personal level. And I would say a nonprofit on our professional level where we're doing more impactful work. My other phrase, I love phrases if y'all can't tell, is to impact, not impress. So I don't want to walk around impressing people with my money. I want to make impact and something that God will be proud of, something that our parents will be proud of, something that our families will be proud of.
I'm so glad you said that. When you reach a certain status of where you once were to where you are now, one of the things that we have to watch out for that creep in is pride.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm this or that. Sometimes that happens.
Hmm.
How do you combat that, or how do you stop that from being you? Or is it something that you
Maybe
even deal with?
I would say no. I would say the fear of God, because sometimes you want to show off, sometimes you want to flex on people,
Mhm.
or when I say sometimes sometimes I, because people try to come for you or play you, or you know what I mean. Come for your
Yeah,
status, or you know what I mean. But you have to remember it's not about them and it's not about you. So I think that's the part that humbles me. I often hear in my spirit, it's not about you.
yeah,
So for me to emotionally shut someone down or try to, make them seem smaller by flexing, I know that's not God. Um,
yeah.
and I think more than what I have, God wants to know what I'm doing in his name and for his people. And I would lastly say I always also hear God don't play about me. And I believe that for me. So I believe that for other people, since God is not a respecter of person. So I know how I handle people matters. So that's what I hear when I talk to other people, that God loves you. And if he gives me a platform to be before you, then I have to respect and honor that.
That's dope. I like it. Now, this is my last question, baby. And you've been a gracious guest, and I appreciate you being on here, dropping all these nuggets and jewels.
Do I get a
We sh-
speaker fee?
Yep. We could talk about it when we do the budget for next month.
See,
You know what I'm
can I
saying?
add one more thing that
Oh, and then now we go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I would love, and you probably would hate to hear that. I want to have so much money that I don't have to budget. We still have the budget, y'all. So
Listen, the budget is never going away.
yes, it
Listen,
is.
listen. No, I'm glad. I'm so glad we're talking about this.
Yes,
This is
it
good.
is. And I'm not
People
saying
need-
that it's not. It's been an effective tool for our life. It's how we've gotten here. So I'm not minimizing it,
Yeah.
and I'm not speaking against it. But I just want to have so much wealth that it doesn't matter.
I'm not mad at that. So what I will say this. I'll say two things. The budget is always going to have to be here because the budget gives you guardrails, right? But what we can do and what we have done is increase your spend.
Yeah.
You listen.
Inflation.
That was one of the things that like
it's 2026. It's January, so now it's
it
the
made my
time.
stomach hurt when we first got the budget together because and we're being fully transparent here, audience. When we first did our budget, she got spending money. She got money for her hair. She got money for her nails, money for gas for the car, and spending money. And if she wanted to go shopping or something like that for anything over top of her spending money. So it made my stomach hurt because I'm like, this is crazy. Why do you need all this money to do
I need all these
things?
line items. I do.
Exactly. But the thing is that God blessed us because we were being good steward over our finances. So we spent the money, but I don't feel like we missed it. Like when I kind of got over myself, because I used to be like, we used to lead the budget meetings pissed. And it would be me because I'm like, oh, why does she need all this money? But at the same time, God still provided for
Amen.
us, for you to have what you need, for us to be able to take care of the things that we needed to take care of, stuff that was on our vision board, trips, paying off the house, the cars, and all the different things that we were able to accomplish in 7.5 years, man.
And I told you, I don't know if you remember, maybe about 10 years ago, God told me if I listen to you, that he's going to bless me. But the only way I can listen to you is that you did not, have me stifled and struck. You had to give me that flexibility. So I think that's why I worked. So
yeah, no, that's good because it was like I said, it was a struggle at first. So anybody who was thinking about combining finances with your spouse, and you are a believer, I believe that it will help you and your spouse go to another level in your communication. And that's always going to be a work in progress communication. As you can see, we talked about it earlier, things that I didn't tell my wife, and we've been married for 20 years, but it's always a work in progress, right? But it helps you guys work together. And when you guys start working together and you partner together, then I believe that good things happen. And I'm only telling you that from experience. Yeah. Now, again, we still work through different things. It's not perfect, but we have the willingness to work through it, and it works. So if you're on the fence about combining finances with your spouse, I would say go ahead and do it and figure out your guys' stuff to where it works for you, but it is a must. So long story short about what you were saying is that we can get so much wealth that we can increase the line items.
Yes.
See, I'm working with you. See that? And this is in real time. You know what I mean? Look at me adding value.
Look at me receiving.
So my last question is that we're gonna take this back to Seeds of Greatness style. Give me one key that you can give us that helped us stay married or helped you stay married to me for 20 plus years.
So one key to help me stay married to you.
Yeah. Like
so
you do
is
at
this
church.
A behavior that I'm displaying or something that you did?
No. Something that you did that you can help the audience to say, this is one key that she did to stay married for 20 plus years.
I would say not always having to have my way. Not having to have control over everything. I think that's very important that one person can't have control over everything. I do believe that if you're strong in a certain area, so for example, you're strong in finances, I think I would be strong in family. So making sure that the family experiences are plentiful and meaningful. So allowing the person who's the best at it handle it, but also allowing the other person's point of view. So not one person having control over one area, even if they're the leader in that area.
I like that. Nah, that's good. That's good. And I'll give my key since it's our marriage. Um, my key is always to work on yourself. Me working on myself uh didn't necessarily go over well all the time, but I knew that it was necessary for our marriage and me as a person to do better. And so always constantly be working on yourself, constantly evolve. And I believe that good things will happen for you and
Yeah.
your family.
Yeah, and I know you'll probably cut this out, but I want to give you your flowers. You are Mr. Consistent. You are my safety net, my safe space. I'm so proud of you with this podcast because I think 10 years ago we wouldn't have thought you'd be here.
That's a
Um,
fact.
Giving on a regular basis, sharing on a regular basis, um, being a beacon of change in our community, I would say. I think you're bigger than you realize when it comes to being impactful. So I
Thank
just
you.
want to let you know that I'm proud of you.
Oh,
And I thank you for the leader that you are in our family, in our home, in our community. And I wish you much, much, much more success. And I want to be right here with you the whole way.
oh. So you trying to get that tear right back out there. It's not happening.
Because what's your love language?
We'll talk about that later.
I'm trying to give it to you, baby.
Ooh, girl, you better stop it.
Look, I don't know what finger to do. I'm getting too
Oh,
old.
you crazy. Guys, thank you so much, man. Hopefully you guys have gotten a lot of nuggets. I'd like to thank again my baby for her time and attention to adding value to this podcast. And we are moving, man. And hopefully you guys will continue to take this journey with me. Wealth is a journey. We will see you next week. Peace.